So at 111, your mother and the podcast, Josh Jesse, falling down.
Hello, everyone. Yes, movie we watched.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you 100%.
Okay, it's good. That's good. Just so you are aware, and the audience is aware, I'm kind of in a grumpy mood, a little bit of a headache, so this should be
Okay.
interesting. I am quick to anger and annoyance, so be
I
careful.
see. I don't know if I've ever seen you actually angry before.
Oh, and I just found a pimple on my head. Yeah, good thing. You know the last person who saw me angry?
Who?
Dead.
Dead?
Yeah, I murder.
You murder.
Yep,
Wow.
I murder.
That seems extreme. But it's kind of on brand for the episode we're doing, so I'd
Yeah,
say you get a pass.
yeah. This one was a good one.
You get one
Michael
you
Douglas.
get one episode related crime.
Uh, Michael Douglas and Michael Sheen. I always get mixed up.
Well, but their names are both Michael.
They
So there's
kind of look
that.
similar.
They have a somewhat similar look, yes.
Probably around the same age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's married to Catherine Zeta-Jones?
That's Michael Douglas.
Oh, the person whose movie we watched.
Yeah. Probably
Okay.
a decent amount older than Catherine Zeta-Jones, I'd have to guess, right?
Yeah. I would also have to guess that. He's probably in
Wait,
his.
did I say Michael Douglas?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, it is Michael Douglas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just.
Michael Douglas is 80,
Yeah.
and Catherine Zeta-Jones is 55.
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't
so
make any
yeah,
sense.
I'd consider that a pretty sizable age gap.
Love is Love. This is the second straight movie that the main character's name is William.
Yes, this
It's true.
is a fact. Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. One thing I should say, or maybe we should start, I think, with our podcast, and maybe pertains more to the actual movie part of the podcast, is we can have a tally for if I fell asleep during the movie or if I didn't fall asleep during the movie. And I think that's a bit of a testament to, because I've fallen asleep to your movies and my movies.
Mm.
I think it's just kind of like the middle of the week. And I guess what I do differently when I watch a movie than when I watch like TV or YouTube or something like that is I like to lay down. So I'll lay down, watch my movie. Sort of lulls you to sleep a little bit. So today I had what I think was about a 3-minute nap. And something woke me up. And then I realized I've missed part of this movie. So I rewound. And disaster averted.
So second straight week you've fallen asleep to the movie?
I didn't fall asleep to Dead Man.
Didn't you? Was it boring?
It was,
Didn't you
but
find
I
it
didn't
boring?
fall asleep. But I don't think I laid down for that one. So that could be it. I think that's the key.
I did watch this movie in bed as well. But it was about, it was in the afternoon. I watched it yesterday, but didn't fall asleep.
Well, you have so much free time. You're probably extremely well rested, and
No, this is messing with my sleep. Like getting up so early because I like to do it. Start at 6, get it over with. Like I couldn't imagine doing anything like even like a 10 to 2. Just it would go by so slow.
What a nightmare that would be.
Even later in the day, like no, thank you. I like starting in the dark and then leaving when it's light out, not starting when it's light, leaving in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But like last night I was ready to be in bed by 8 p.m. I did end up going to bed until 9 to 5.
Yep.
So I'm still getting my 8 hours, but I'm a wreck during the day, which I think is aiding my grumpiness
Well, maybe you
a
should
little bit.
just bite the bullet and do a 10 to 2.
No, because I have people now that count on me. My 6 to 10.
Right. You hold a specific sign that no one else can hold.
Well, no, but like you talk to people during the day during your
Mm-hmm.
shift. If I
Mm-hmm.
go 10 to 2, I'm not gonna know anybody there. It'd be awkward.
You have to meet some new people. Might be worth it for your sleep schedule and for your grumpiness. Because I don't know what's going to come down the pipe here. Every Wednesday, you're going to be a grumpy little guy, or what?
It's gonna get worse and worse because there's no end in sight.
You would have thought that striking now, right around Christmas, would have been the ideal time to do it.
I
Maybe
hate everything.
maybe a strike like this merely proves the sort of inadequacies of Canada Post as just a necessity.
I can't look at the news or go on Reddit without seeing. I can't help myself. I click on the links, and it's all just miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Negative, miserable.
Yeah,
And now I have a pimple on my head.
it's a lack of sleep pimple.
Yeah, because like napping in the day, it just isn't the same.
No, I find most of the time when I take a nap, I wake up I'm just more tired.
Yeah, I can't do it. So with that said, I can relate to the main character of this film. I was
Mm,
cheering him on every step of the way. There was one scene where I was like, nope, I don't support this, but otherwise, all in on this guy, smashing stuff, shooting people for no reason,
yeah.
100%. Second straight movie that this guy was a little gun happy. Johnny Depp, a little
Mm,
gun happy, no
it's true.
consequences. A little more consequence in this film. But yeah,
I think I shared that same. I kind of flip flopped as to whether I should be rooting for this guy or not.
it started strong. Him stuck in traffic. I live away from where I work, and I get stuck in traffic every day. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One thing I didn't really understand though is the Robert Duvall character, the cop. He was also stuck in traffic, but he seemed to get to work pretty good, pretty easily, pretty quickly. But there was like clearly no movement.
Right.
They
That's
had to
true.
move a car.
Yeah. Perhaps an oversight.
Yeah, so you just want to like jump into the movie, or
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I did like that whole. It seemed to me that they were setting up that Robert Duvall and Michael Douglas, their characters, had sort of similar things happen in their life, kind of, and they both
sure.
took it very different ways. Robert Duvall was very laid back, perhaps how a normal person might sort of approach those problems.
Yep.
And Michael Douglas, perhaps a little bit of an overreaction to some extent.
Yeah, he was fed up. Divorced,
Yeah,
sweaty, ready to just kill people to get
yeah.
the present to his daughter.
I mean, I get it. We all get frustrated with those little annoyances every day.
Yeah,
Just like how a can of Coke is 85 cents at this corner store. What a ripoff.
Yeah, and I mean, these problems that Mr. Douglas had in the movie, people in 2024 also have, 31 years apart. Like, that's
Yes.
still relevant today.
Yes.
People still mad about grocery prices. that mad. I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know about that, mad. Plus, that was the scene that maybe, I mean, it was pretty early on, but he was just being a little bit racist, to that
yeah,
poor Korean corner store owner.
Mr. Kim.
Yeah, I think that was it. And I was like, well, maybe I should not be rooting for this man. And then they did like a weird, what I sort of felt was odd. Like he was kind of going down like more deplorable and doing worse and worse things. But then every once in a while he'd be like, no, I don't agree with you, neo-Nazi. You're a terrible person and I'm an American. And then do bad things again. And I don't know. It was weird. It was such a weird dynamic of like, should I root for him or should I not?
Yeah, that was the scene that I couldn't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he ended up killing him. But just the things that the Nazi was saying, like it's 1993. I
It was
get it,
laying on a little thick.
but it just like it was kind of unnecessary. Like those two people didn't need to be there. Well, just they, yeah. No, I understand your point, but like for the film, like that didn't need to happen. They didn't need to be there. You didn't have
No,
to call them out, but he did, and that
he's
was a part of the
yeah,
movie.
a lot of different words that you would not want to repeat. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I liked the burger joint scene.
Hmm.
I've seen that scene quite a few times outside of this film. That's the only one I've
Right.
seen.
The guy throwing or the girl throwing up.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
we got a
hair
critic.
trigger shooting the ceiling, and he just wanted his breakfast.
It was. I mean, there were some parts that were funny. Oh, I laughed during some
Yep.
parts, like the scene with like the guy, the homeless guy who's trying to get money and ended up getting his briefcase
Mm.
that just had
Hmm.
food in it. I mean, that was their back and forth was pretty funny. I'm
Yeah,
a
going
vet.
through it.
You're an
Yeah.
animal doctor.
Yep. Using every trick in the book to try to get money out of him. And then at the end, it's just like, fuck it, man. Just give me money. Yeah.
Got a briefcase. Got some food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt, once I finished watching this movie, I felt like, I don't know if there's going to be a lot we can talk about.
Right.
I just don't think there was like a ton of substance. I think, obviously, it's making some sort of social comment about people only doing things for themselves and just the general malaise of life, I guess, and being fed up with it. It's like that. Okay, I guess that's the message we're going with. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
It was relatable because I think people can easily get fed up with their lives if something goes wrong or like,
Mm-hmm.
and then the little things um, kind of make them explode. And I don't know if you remember this, but there was a Garfield um, car thing. I think I had that growing up.
Little suction cup cat to the window
I
thing.
think I
Mm-hmm.
definitely had that.
I do remember those a bit when I was a kid,
Yeah,
so I
I
wouldn't
think
doubt it.
my mom had the bumper sticker that said "Eat shit" on it.
Right.
So yeah, very relatable. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, just the way. I mean, obviously he went a little extreme. He went more and more extreme, but I get it.
I did like how with every scene after like he had a conflict with a different person, he would like upgrade his weapon every time. Did enjoy that. So he went from baseball bat to butterfly knife to machine guns to
Yeah, to
like
a bag of machine guns.
yeah, and then like a rocket launcher.
Yeah, that was a cool scene too, with the kid just telling him how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take it. Well, it took itself seriously, but it didn't really take itself too seriously.
Yeah. And I
Mm.
don't know how much I ever liked the whole like he kept calling his ex-wife and he like wanted to be with his ex-wife and I don't know, it's kind
Yeah,
of creepy, especially like at the end when he's like trying to kiss her and she's like really like, please get away from me. Like I was really uncomfortable.
the, it felt like the only scenes she was in until the end was her answering the phone.
Yeah,
She really liked getting phone calls and answering the phone. That was her whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
This
Although I
film
could,
did not pass the Bechdel test.
no, no, I did like that. Um, um, if you were to see that character early on, as we did, and it was like, oh, this is the ex-wife. Oh, I bet you they'll get back together at the end. Like he'll have some sort of like, oh, he'll have a turnaround in his life and things will be like a happy ending. But that's definitely not what happened. So I guess I wasn't really
Nope.
expecting that.
This was Michael Douglas's favorite role he played, apparently.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know if I can name too many Michael Douglas movies besides like Ant-Man, The Game, and Fatal
Right.
Attraction.
Yeah, no, those are only his only movies.
Oh, well, there you go. Makes it easy to pick which is your favorite if you only done 5 movies.
He was also in Traffic.
He was in Traffic. Yes, I haven't seen that movie, but I do familiar
Oh.
with it at least.
Let's see. Let's see his filmography. Gotta scroll up. I don't know. He's an old man. I'm sure he's in a lot of stuff.
Oh, I'm sure he's been in lots of things.
Anything recently?
Probably Ant-Man is the most recent thing.
He was in the Apple TV miniseries called Franklin. He played Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, I think you were going to say he played the turtle. You ever watch that show?
No, but
Hmm.
actually, I think I did. But we're watching a show right now called From, um, starring the dude from Lost. One of the dudes from Lost.
Which dude from
Um,
Lost?
Michael, the guy with whose son is Walt. He has a dog. Have you seen Lost?
Um,
Oh no.
some, but apparently not enough to know. I know the guy who's in the vault.
Mhm.
I know the main guy who's
Right.
got like short hair. That guy.
Hmm.
And the guy,
The guy who has a
the
son
like the
named
big
Walt, who has a dog.
and the bigger fella with the long curly hair.
Hurley, yeah. What if I told you that he's the only person of color that's not um, the Asian couple?
What about that guy? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, he's somewhere like it starts with S. What's that guy's name? He's a guy. I'm gonna look this up. You're gonna sit here while I do it. Saeed.
Okay, yeah, he also is a man of color, I suppose. But this guy's the other man of color. Perhaps they have differences. I can't remember.
Okay, okay. I know who you're talking about now. Yes, yes.
Harold Perrineau.
I forgot Dominic Monaghan is in it. The guy, one of the hobbits.
Yeah,
But you
one of the
wouldn't know that.
hobbits. Well, I do know that. Um, yeah, he's a pretty big character. His he has a scene that I still think about to this day. It's not Penny's boat. Okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's. Anyways, back to Franklin. That's like season 3. When
Uh huh.
Penny's dad is rich. So it's called From, and he's the main guy, but one of the main women Donna, the actor who plays Donna, was the voice of Franklin's mom, which is crazy. Yeah, on the animated show. Franklin.
Hey, it's Franklin.
Or is it Franklin and Friends?
Coming over to play. Yeah, that's a good one. A banger, as the kids say.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I guess there's not a whole lot to talk about. Which scene did you fall asleep in?
It was right after he killed the Nazi. So, like, he killed the Nazi, and then I fell asleep, and I woke up when he shot the rocket launcher. I was like, okay, I need to rewind. And it turns out I didn't have to rewind that far, really.
Yeah, I mean, the Nazi scene was probably one of the more, like, memorable scenes. But you went right to bed.
Can't help it. So sleepy. I still am.
Yeah. Well, the whole turning point was when he had the present smashed.
Yes.
The globe.
You did not like that.
Well, you thought he was crazy before.
Right. That was a whole next level of cray, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Cray.
Yeah, I didn't really like Robert Duvall's character. Thought he was boring. And it was interesting, the wife dynamic. And then finally he told his wife to shut up, and that was like the whole thing, and she just kind of accepted it. Like, you're right. I am being a lot.
Yeah, that was weird.
Just the time of 1993. He
tell your
yelled,
wife to shut up.
"You're being crazy, woman."
Stop being crazy. There was a lot of like, stop being crazy in this movie. But like, Michael Douglas's wife was like, stop being crazy. I have a restraining order. And Robert Duvall's like, stop being crazy. I love you, but shut up, you know?
Make me dinner. The dinner better be on the table when I'm home.
Yeah.
Or else. Or else
we're not going to go to Arizona and go to the lake.
Yeah. I thought that, so obviously the trope of a cop's last day, I thought he was going to die.
Yes.
But he did not.
He did not die. I thought that as well. There was like many times they were like, be careful out there and, you know, don't get yourself killed on your last day. You know what happened to the last guy who retired?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be behind a desk? You don't have the balls to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not fall asleep. I did not find it wasn't a boring movie to me, but
No. It wasn't boring. I don't think me falling asleep was a testament to its entertainment value. I think it's just a testament to my sleep levels. Yeah. And so we'll go ding. Yes, I fell asleep during this movie. Albeit very briefly. Should we have a sleep ding counter, do you think? Or
yeah, we can start that.
I remember when we used to do episodes of Jeopardy, and if somebody got one right, there would be a ding. There must have been a lot of editing that went into those videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that we do video podcasts, I'm going to see if I can put the YouTube video of Jeopardy on the podcast feed. See if that works.
Sure, you could.
I don't know.
Expose a few more people to that content. I would say our YouTube videos don't get a ton of views.
No.
But I mean, I can't imagine it's too hard to upload it to YouTube, right? It's not like creating a lot of stress for you to do that, is it?
To do these to YouTube?
Yeah.
No, they automatically upload
Okay, that's good.
once. I think. Well, so because we're live right now, so once I stop it, then eventually it starts the upload process,
Mm.
and it just uploads the live feed. So I think I I have to go in and edit the
Oh,
titles.
I see. I see. Yeah, I can go to here and like you're not gonna be able to see it probably, but I'm watching us live on YouTube as we're live on YouTube.
Right. And you're about to show
That's
your phone on YouTube. So that's kind of
yeah,
pretty crazy.
it's crazy.
Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll go in and edit. Play around, because nothing but time. Nothing but time.
You got lots of time. You got 4 hours of not lots of time
Yeah.
and then you got the rest of day lots of time.
Yeah. Because you're done at 10 and I'm like 2 minutes away. So,
Super convenient.
oh, somebody just commented on our video, our live stream.
Oh yeah, what does it say?
It says, "You guys stink." Can you see that?
I can see that. Written by Vinyl in Strange Places. That's a little rude.
Step back on there. Because I guess they have their own YouTube they want to plug. I
Yeah,
listen to Vinyl in Strange Places, they say.
yeah. People are weird.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, not a lot of women in the movie except for the wives.
And the female cop.
Oh, and the female cop. Yeah, I forgot about her. She gets
Mm-hmm.
shot but doesn't die.
Yeah. She gets shot but doesn't die. Was there like a weird, like, were her and Robert Duvall, like, kind of.
No, they were just old partners.
Okay. It was
That's
weird
all.
because he was, like, in his 60s and she looked like maybe in her late 30s.
Robert Duvall is in one of my favorite movies of all time,
The Godfather?
Days of Thunder.
Huh. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that movie. I know Tom Cruise is in it.
And Val Kilmer.
Those are two podcast legends around here.
Have we done more than one Tom Cruise movie?
We've done Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it, I think. But he gets brought up, here or there.
Yeah, he's
I'm
a
sure.
famous guy. It's the 10-year anniversary of his that movie he did with Emily Blunt. End of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. That's
Still haven't
today.
seen it. Well, I don't know when. It's at some point recently. It was the 10-year anniversary.
How does that come up? Like, you get
I just
notifications of movie anniversaries?
no. You just look online. You're like looking at the news, and there's like an article where it says it's the 10-year anniversary of this movie. Here's why it still holds up. I haven't seen it.
I see. Do you go on like the Yahoo homepage?
No,
Yahoo News?
I use Google News.
Mm.
Do you want to hear something crazy? Speaking of racism,
Yes, I do.
the detective who is like, I'm Japanese. I'm Japanese. I'm the detective, and I tell Robert Duvall, I'm Japanese.
Oh,
Mr.
we're talking
Kim,
about the movie. Okay,
yeah,
yes, yes.
Mr. Kim is Korean.
Right.
In real life, the Japanese detective is Korean, and Mr. Kim is Chinese.
They couldn't just get people of that nationality to play those characters?
You couldn't just make the characters those nationalities?
That also. That's an odd choice. I
It's
mean,
a
it was
different time.
1993. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
1993. You know what this made me think of weirdly? This movie briefly was
Mm.
um it was a podcast movie. Think of a podcast movie where it's hot and the color, it's like it just looks hot and people are just kind of going about their daily lives and there's like some racist people and
Waterworld?
yes, Josh, Waterworld. No, I was thinking of Do the Right Thing.
Hmm.
Okay. I thought you were going to be like, yes.
I mean, it was that time, like similar times, I guess. Well, it's an 80s movie.
I know, but
Um,
everyone was sweaty and hot and people were angry and there was racism and that's like the shit that goes on in Do the Right Thing. That's fine.
okay. Yeah, I don't see it, but
That's fine. I like to relate the different podcast movies to one another in different ways, unique ways. And I thought that was a
mm.
great opportunity for that. And I also like it when my friend agrees with me when I'm right. But you can't always get what you want, you know what I mean?
This is a Joel Schumacher film.
Yeah.
He's a famous guy.
He is. He did some of the Batman movies.
He did. I read a list today as well of like the top 10 biggest box office bombs of the 90s,
Mm,
and Batman Forever was on there. And
yeah.
he did that one, the George Clooney one.
Yeah. Batman Forever
Waterworld
is
also won.
pretty shit. Waterworld's on that list, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not surprise me. What about The
Um,
Adventures of Pluto Nash? Was that on there? That might be an
no, I
80s
think that
movie.
was a 2000s movie.
Oh.
Uh, I can't remember what number one was. I think it was a movie that I was like, oh, we should watch that.
Is it Armageddon or something?
Find the list now.
You gotta find the
Um,
list. Go to your Google News homepage.
oh, I guess like, oh yeah, here we go. I just typed in worst and it came up. Oh yeah, like the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie,
Oh, yeah. That's a
uh,
pretty bad one.
RoboCop 3,
Okay.
The Flintstones with John Goodman
John Goodman.
as yeah, yeah,
Fred?
Batman. Oh, Batman and Robin.
Okay. That's not the George Clooney one, I don't think, is it? Oh, yes, it is. Yes,
It
it is.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Schumacher did that one. Street Fighter
Mm.
with Jean Claude
Jean-Claude
Van
Van
Damme.
Damme. Van
The
Damme.
second, the second Speed movie, Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Mm-hmm.
That movie's like almost 2.5 hours long. Wild Wild West, Will Smith.
Okay.
Little steampunky Waterworld's on there. Uh, oh yeah, this one I kind of want to do for the podcast. It's a movie called Steel with Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, I didn't know he was in a movie called Steel.
It's a beloved comic book character.
What?
Yeah, look it up. 1997. And
Steel,
then
like as in like the material, or as in like
yeah,
steel?
no, like it's like the material. And then the number one movie they have on the list is Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Hmm. Wow, this is a movie I did not know existed. Wow, this looks. Wow, this looks horrible. Well, you always hear when like people are like giving Shaq like a hard time. They always bring up um
Kazam.
Kazam or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really hear people bring up Steel too much.
8% are on Tomatoes.
That's pretty bad. You with this podcast, you have the power to force a bad movie onto somebody, so you could use that as a weapon against me.
I'm not going to add it to my list.
Okay.
But yeah, Falling Down not on that list because it wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, not bad.
Okay, good. Good that we agree on that. Anything else you'd like to say about Falling Down? The 1993 Michael Douglas film starring Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall
I don't
and
think
nobody
so.
else.
I don't think so.
Big young.
Gosh.
Okay, well, then let's get to scores before I lose it. I'm so mad and grumpy. I'll do acting first.
Okay.
Uh, Michael Douglas was believable. I guess I haven't really seen many Michael Douglas films, especially not him at this age. Um, I just picture him more of an old man who's married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. But I thought he was great. I agree that this was his best performance that I've seen. Robert Duvall did fine. He just played a boring guy. Um, Everybody else, it was clearly like an early 90s movie. Like it felt that way, and the acting felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I agree with Michael Douglas being pretty good. Robert Duvall, maybe not so much, but I think maybe his character wasn't written all that interestingly. I don't know if there was a ton he could have done with it.
Yeah,
But he did kind of have the look in his eyes that he didn't really want to be there. Just a
true.
little bit, I thought. And yeah, all the secondary characters were like pretty over the top and talked like 90s people, I think is
Yeah,
an accurate way to put that. So I don't think I'd be quite as generous. I think it'd be a 6 out of 10 on acting on that one.
okay. Well, how do you like the ending?
Um, the ending was fine. Um, again, I didn't really like how creepy it got with his wife and his daughter, and that made me uncomfortable. So I guess, with how uncomfortable he was being, I think it was good that he died. I guess I felt like that was the only really thing that could happen. But I don't think that was unexpected. But I guess it was the right thing to happen. I don't know. The ending was fine. I'd give it like a 6 as well.
Yeah, it was pretty predictable that it was going to end with his demise because there's no way you can recover from that.
Yeah.
Putting him in jail um, wouldn't have been a good ending.
No.
He had to die. And I guess it had to have been Robert Duvall doing that to close the loop of him helping push the car out of the way in the beginning, leading to him murdering somebody. Well, I guess not murdering because it was kind of self-defense. Um, at the end, that's a tough last day,
Definitely.
but his story arc, was successful because he yelled at his wife at the end as a man again. I don't know if I liked the ending, but I'll give it a 5.5. Didn't feel great about it.
Okay.
I don't know how else it could have happened, but it happened. Okay. I'll do the film overall out of 10 first for the first time. I didn't fall asleep during the film, so that adds a point to it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right away. I liked the progression of the craziness. I loved how relatable Michael Douglas was and his story. He didn't make me want to kill, but I understood, at least at the beginning, why he did what he did. But then he got more and more unhinged. Um, but he wasn't quite a Nazi. It's kind of a commentary on today's world.
Mm-hmm.
You get to a point, right, where you're like, I agree with what you're saying, but I'm not quite a Nazi. Doesn't mean that it's what Michael Douglas stood for is right, but I think a lot of people maybe have the same kind of extreme views, but they won't go that far. They won't outright call people names just because they're shopping in your store for no reason at all. I didn't hate the film. I thought it was a fine film. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty decent. I don't know how I totally feel about sort of flip-flopping as to whether we should be on Michael Douglas's character side or not.
You should not be. Don't be on his side. Not a good
Well,
one.
no, I know you shouldn't, but I mean, there were at times I was like, especially near at the very beginning, and I don't know. Then it sounded like, a character I feel like can be like a terrible person, and then they sort of like, have they get redeemed through a movie, and like that can be something you can hold on to and be like interested in that story arc, or like maybe it's the other way around. But I don't know how much it works if you kind of keep going back and forth. It's nice to have that as like an anchor to, I don't know.
Yeah. You can be on his side with the gang, with him fighting those two guys, turn into him getting a bag of guns.
Mm-hmm.
That was okay to be on his side, but I think every time else it was like, yeah, I don't know.
I guess so. Giving that golfer a heart attack was probably not. I wouldn't really be on his side for that.
That's true.
Yeah, but what about the breakfast for lunch thing?
Yeah, okay.
I'm on his side, but I probably wouldn't use a gun in that situation.
Yeah, I'd be on his side for the golfer as well. Actually, like the golfer, the whammy burger, and the gang.
Mm-hmm.
No, nowhere else.
Yeah. Anywho, with that all being said, I think I'd give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
6 out of 10. Yep. I heard a 6 out of 10.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Okay. Falling Down. The film that we watched. We'll look back on this film and be like, oh yeah, we watched that?
Yeah,
sure.
This is definitely going to be one of those.
I mean, we only have a month left of the year.
It's true.
Next episode will be December.
I wonder if this will end up being our most productive year of the podcast in terms of like how many episodes we've produced.
We're on pace for sure.
Okay.
That was our 33rd movie of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, we're not on pace. We did 38 last year.
Really?
And then 39 in 2022. So this is actually going to be our worst year. But
I felt like we were really good with staying on top of it. Maybe not at the beginning of the year.
Well, we took some trips too, had a little bit of breaks, but I mean,
yeah.
If we probably shouldn't have pressed that button. If I get a calendar out and look at the maximum we could possibly do.
This is 33 for this one is 33?
This is episode 33 of the year, yeah. So we have I think at most 3 more episodes. Because Christmas is on a Wednesday and we probably won't do Christmas. So
no, I probably don't want to do an episode on Christmas Day.
So we'll probably end up with 36 at most, which is still pretty good. Get us to like 114 or so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have any
we're not full-time guys, right? We're doing this on the side, part-time. So we only
just for fun, just as a way to hang out, mostly.
Yeah. Well, it was 16 weeks in the year. Yeah, some people had to go to Samoa or whatever. So
Mm-hmm. Some people had to go to Newfoundland or whatever.
close, yeah. What are you gonna say?
Nova Scotia or whatever.
Prince
I
Edward
was just
Island.
gonna say that's the one. They're all the same. Let's be real.
I don't know. I'll leave it to one of them.
Do you have any interest in what my next podcast movie is going to be?
No, I could care less.
You
Don't
could
tell
care
me.
less.
I could not.
Yeah,
I
couldn't
couldn't.
care less. I
I
think is probably
could.
what you meant to say.
I could care less.
You could. So you don't care, but there is more not caring that you could produce from this situation.
Oh, what's your next movie? What are we thinking? 112.
My next movie is also from the 90s. Okay.
Classic. It's all we
Classic
do.
90s. Yeah, 90s and early 2000s. It has Lawrence Fishburne in it.
I've already seen The Matrix.
It's not The Matrix. And it's got the guy from Jurassic Park in it. The first Jurassic Park.
Jeff Goldblum?
No, the main guy.
The main guy is Jeff Goldblum.
You think the main guy in the first Jurassic Park is Jeff Goldblum?
Samuel L. Jackson?
No. Samuel L. Jackson is in that movie, but for like 5 minutes.
How's Jeff Goldblum not the main guy?
Have you seen Jurassic Park?
I mean, not for a while.
Yeah, I think maybe you've got sort of like...
Chris Pratt? Oh,
No,
you mean Sam Neill?
Sam Neill is who I would say is the main guy in Jurassic Park, for sure.
Right. Well, the cast list has Laura Dern 1, Jeff Goldblum 2. So, Sam Neill
To all
3.
those listeners out there, who is the main guy in Jurassic Park? Is it Jeff Goldblum or Sam Neill? I think you could easily say that Jeff Goldblum's character is more memorable, probably more liked. But I wouldn't say he's the main guy.
Okay, well, in the Wikipedia article, it does have Sam Neill as one.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Lawrence
Anyway.
Fishburne, Sam Neill.
Yeah. The movie is called Event
Hunt
Horizon.
for Red October. Event Horizon?
Yep. Event Horizon.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. From the same guy who brought us the Resident Evil movies and Alien vs. Predator.
It's not even on his Wikipedia list.
Who's?
Sam Neill.
Well, I'm telling you, he's in it.
Death in Brunswick. Oh, Event Horizon, 1997.
Yep.
Right before he did Bicentennial Man. Have you seen Bicentennial Man?
He was in Bicentennial Man?
Apparently.
I just assumed that Bicentennial Man just had Robin Williams in it and probably no one else, but boy, was I wrong.
Set in 2047, we're getting close. It follows a crew of astronauts sent on a rescue mission after a missing spaceship, the Event Horizon, spontaneously appears in orbit around Neptune, only to discover that a sinister force has come back with it.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill.
Yeah, that's about it.
Supposedly names that Jason Isaacs. He's a guy you'd recognize.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, that's the next one we get to look forward to. I thought I'd pick something that wasn't quite so metaphysical. Perhaps just sort of like an cool action movie. Science fiction action. So there you go. There it is.
A young Lawrence Fishburne. A nice hour and a half running time, too. Love
Yes,
to
sir.
see it.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if it's on Prime, as it says. It might be.
Oh, that would be even better. That would just be a slam dunk if it was.
Event Horizon. It is not, but
Mm.
it is on. Oh no, you can just like buy it. It's on
Right.
sale right now.
How much?
$4.99.
On sale. That's what like every movie is to rent.
Well, it says you can buy it for $16.99, but the $16.99 is crossed out, and then $4.99.
Oh, so you can buy it for $4.99, not just rent it.
Yeah, you can own it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Okay. Well, we didn't really talk about anything, and yet we've still reached our threshold. 51
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, it's amazing how time works. Life is all about time, you know what I mean?
So the Canadian Springs Water Company.
I know the Canadian Springs Water Company, yeah.
Okay, so you know where that building is,
Mm-hmm. He used to work
and
there.
like two doors down, you have like the metal place beside you, and then Canada Post. Well,
Yeah.
then like a little mall
You
with the
brew.
U Brew in it, and then other Tomcat and other stuff, and then you have the Canada Post, the Canadian Post building, which
Yes.
is where I go with my little sign. I walk, so 4 hours has to go by for me to get my $56.
Right.
Time is so slow, but time goes by a little bit faster. Well, because you can do like a little bit of a lap
Mm.
of like the parking lot, and then in front, kind of where the people park for the bus. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all we do is just we lap for 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know how many steps I did today? Can you guess how many steps I did in my
Um,
4 hour shift just walking around?
um,
On a normal working day, I probably do between 25 and 30,000.
I was gonna say 21,000.
Yeah, you'd be right. I'm up to 25,000 today because we went to Costco after Megan came home. So you walk a little bit at Costco,
What'd you get
but it
from
was around 21,000.
What'd you get from Costco?
We got a tube of ground pork
Okay.
for 19.99.
Okay.
We got paper towel. We got maple syrup, a
Okay.
little jug of maple syrup.
Uh-huh.
Pot stickers.
Mm.
Some sort of fish.
Some sort of fish.
I think it was a white fish. I didn't choose it. And then we got some coastal cheese. Just trying to think what else. We got some sort of breakfast sausage,
Okay.
like a big pack of breakfast sausage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might have been it.
Quite a lot of meats.
We
What
mainly
is
go
one?
there for meat.
What does one use a bunch of ground pork for?
We separate it. So instead of buying, a pound of ground pork, we just freeze it.
Okay.
Bacon candy beef. She's allergic to beef, so we just do ground pork. And you cook dinner with it. Put it in recipes.
Okay.
Roll it up into some sort of meatball, perhaps.
Mm.
But you
And you
probably separate the whole tube into like 5 1 pound things,
okay.
and it's $20, so you're saving money.
Right. Okay. And you guys go through a lot of maple syrup also, apparently.
We do, yeah. She puts it in stuff. Like we don't use it for like pancakes. It just goes
Mm.
in. It
Goes
goes in
into things.
recipes. Like you make a lot of sauces with it.
Okay. I know
Yeah.
that, like, for me, when I have pancakes, I like the, like, It's not called Aunt Jemima's anymore. Whatever it's called now. I prefer that kind of syrup over maple syrup.
The table syrup.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maple syrup not really for pancakes, more for other stuff. Table syrup's what you want for pancakes. It's just sugar.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, thank you for telling me about your Costco trip.
Anyways, yeah, it's boring to walk. You being in the union, though, you are encouraged to come out and support us. So, look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
There's a depot right by a hunk of the people. And they go, hey!
There's probably like 2 or 3 people there.
No, there's like usually 5 people.
Yeah, tiny.
It is a very tiny little place.
Because they only do, so we're supposed to do 4-hour shifts, and that place is only open to picket for 4 hours. From like 10 to 2 or something. So
it must be like noon to 4 or something like that, because when I'm off work, they're there. So,
oh, maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe they're breaking the rules and they're doing it longer.
Maybe. Just picketing for free on their own dime.
It's disgusting.
That is gross.
All right, Jesse. Well, I'm going to head out.
Okay.
Thank you so much
I think that's best.
For listening and supporting the podcast. It couldn't happen without you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.